What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights, 7 and 2 talk. But guess what? It's Philadelphia, so there's drama with it. Giddy up.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Oh, welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio every Wednesday, brought to you by our doc, make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, Noah Eaton, Ryan Elizik, Luke Brown, Greg Milakovic. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, let's talk about it. Philly's hot stove, if you give a shit. And beat that again, if you give a shit. Sixers do beat the Celtics, so we'll talk a little 10-9-8 like we always do. We'll give you Eagles-Lions preview, and we'll talk about Monday night. Obviously, big win at Lambeau Field. Beat the Packers 10-7, so we got to discuss it, dive into it. There's a lot of drama going on that we'll dissect and talk about, but let's talk about something positive. Right into our poll question. The addition of Jaelan Phillips makes this Eagles defense superior in overall talent to the unit that won the Super Bowl last season. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, join the conversation. No, I disagree. Doesn't make our defense superior in overall talent to last year's team. That's not even fair. That's like the 85 Bears when it came to the Super Bowl. So I don't want to say we're better than that. You know what I mean? I'm going to say we're really damn good. And I love this defense. I think it's close. But for me to say your talent's superior, you got to go cut the nets down too. You know what I mean? Like I can't say that right now. They've had their ups and downs. I think it's trending in that direction though. Right? I could see how you could agree, but not yet. Nakobe Dean coming back, you see the impact it has on this run game. Immediately impactful in the run game, and we've already gotten better there. And I think you saw a little bit of that on Monday night. All right, Jaelan Phillips, monster addition. You can't have enough great pass rushers. Fills a major need. But I don't think I think Reed Blankenship might stink out loud. Like the more I'm thinking about Reed, but I'm not sure there. And I think he had a better year last year. But I don't know if it can't be superior. I mean, you got a guy signed for $100 million in New England that is a good football player. So he hasn't been replaced. Joe Moo's a good football player. He's not Milton Williams. We haven't replaced that, and that's okay, right? That's what happens. I don't know if Josh Sweat's been replaced, and I'm not the biggest Josh Sweat fan, right? I think there's guys that are trending in that direction, sure. But until this team is healthy and we see it all out there, like we sort of saw this week, right? What we sort of saw this week, it is trending in that direction, but they're not there yet. I'm just not ready to say, hey, you're better than a team that absolutely walloped the Kansas City Chiefs in the biggest game of the year. You can't get more national, global audience than that. And the belt to ask that, because you replaced CJ with Makuba, but like I said, I feel like Reed's not as good. We all know our second corner isn't as good as last year's production. So again, I'm just flipping around, but I don't think we're there yet. Even though we just gave up 7 points and we were absolutely dominant on Monday night. And I think you need to string that together a little bit more. But it's closer. It's close, but I'll disagree for right now.
Yeah, I think you can make an argument the front seven is better now with the addition of Phillips, right? Phillips might be better than Sweat. We don't know. Obviously, 1 week is tough to say that, but Phillips kind of fills in your Sweat role. Ajomo, you can make an argument that he was better than Milton Williams last year. You can make that argument. I think front seven, I think Campbell is an upgrade over Oren Burks. I think Campbell is an upgrade over Oren Burks. So when you add him to the lineup, I think we're getting a different Jordan Davis this year. But But I think so. Front seven, I think you can make the argument that they are, but the secondary and the lacking, especially at that cornerback 2 position, it makes me disagree as well. I like what I saw though on Monday. We brought a lot of pressure. I mean, we were in the backfield all the time. Nakobe led the team in tackles, and he only played a portion of the snaps. He didn't even play every down, which to your point, Tommy, shows his impact and his ability to just make plays whenever he's needed to. But yeah, I'm going to disagree. It's close though. I think you're right, Tommy. It's close.
What's funny about the poll? Watching that game, I couldn't wait to let Tom know in the chat that Dory Jackson played a great game. Like, he played great. He played great. And then I couldn't wait to get on the air and let everyone know how I acknowledge that Dory Jackson played great. And now somehow I'm answering a poll question, and Adoree Jackson is the reason that I absolutely, positively, 1,000% disagree. And it's not close. I was not expecting that today, but here we are. I guess I'm embracing that role as a hater. But yeah, it's not close. And even the front seven, to have 2 guys have the ability of what Ajomo's giving you right now, I mean, that's the other thing too. So the depth was there, and it's not close. Like, when guys go down, Keely Ringo isn't stepping up. It's the guy who's playing his ass off in Minnesota. He's your backup corner, and it's just across the board. I mean, that D, we'll never see a defense like that in here again, ever.
Yeah, I find it very hard to agree just because of how good that defense was last year. And like you said, you lost Sweat, you lost Milton Williams, and those 2 guys got massive deals, right? The reason they got massive deals is just because of how good they were here last year, right? Like, Josh Sweat had an argument to be the MVP of the Super Bowl, right? If Jaelan didn't play his ass off. So, and considering the fact that if you just look at numbers, right? Look at strictly sack numbers. This D line hasn't done a thing, right? Like, obviously Jaelan Phillips came in last night or this week and had a massive game. He was in the backfield pretty much every snap. It seemed like, he had 8 pressures. Didn't get a sack, but had that massive stop on 4th down to essentially, not end the game, but pretty much ice it, right? But I do like how the defense is younger. I love Jahad Campbell. I like Makuba back there. I like that you can get Jaelan Phillips, and he's only 24, 25, right? If he ends up staying here, you're only paying another guy. And Jalen Carter hasn't been bad this year, but he hasn't been as good as he was last year, right?
He was awesome on Monday.
He was I think
he was Jalen Carter on Monday.
Right.
He played the best game of the season Monday.
Because you got Jaelan Phillips in here, Jalen Carter was allowed to do a little bit more, right? So right now, I can't say that we're going to be able to do that. But having the guys that we do, and we're all more or less locked up. But again, our QB or CB2 has just been awful for the majority of this year. You haven't shown that you can sack the quarterback at the rate that we were doing it last year. We're getting pressure. That's a lot better. But right now, it's not fair to this defense because they're really, really good, right? Obviously, you just held a team to 7 points on the road on Monday night. So again, it's really hard to say that they're not as good as a team as they were last year. But again, like Tom said, that team last year was just diabolical defensively. So can they be it? Yeah. Do I think that we have a massive, end stretch coming down here? I could change my mind. Yeah. But right now I just can't do it.
I'm going to also disagree to the poll, but I'll tell you what, that defense on Monday night looked night and day better than what we looked like a month ago. Because I remember that terrible Thursday night in the Meadowlands. where we rolled over and died. Okay? Well, we've gotten off the mat since then. Haven't lost a football game since. And have looked pretty damn good on the defensive side of the ball. And I remember saying that this is going to be a much better football team come Thanksgiving than we were, say, in September and October. And I think that's starting to come together, at least on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, I got some concerns there from Monday night. But the bottom line is a win is a win in the NFL. And especially at Lambeau, gentlemen, on Monday night, under the bright lights, for our defense to go hold the Packers to 7 points, that's pretty damn impressive. And I love the way our front seven played. I mean, Jaelan Phillips was out of his mind in his Eagles debut, and I thought Carter and company and the rest came to play as well. And I think, look, man, I think right now we look like a top 5 defense, but I don't think we're quite where we were last year. And I'm really interested to see what we do Sunday night against Detroit.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that, makes this win bigger than I think it is it's a football team that just got embarrassed at home the week prior. Mm-hmm. We talked about that last Wednesday. You're thinking you're taking their best shot on Monday night, and defensively you got after them early. You stopped the run like we talked about. You made them throw the football, and you made him nervous in the pocket. Right? It was just the pressures alone, and we got home a little bit. I mean, so and that's after we take that first drive down and we fumble there, and I'm like, we're so killer. I'm like, we're gonna lose this game. Like I said it to you guys, Greg. I said to one of our group chats, I'm like, we're gonna lose this game if we don't take the ball away ourselves. That was my comment. If we lose a turnover,
we gotta even it up.
Yeah, if we lose a turnover battle on Monday, we're losing this game. So we got to make up for that, and we did, right? And this defense did. So, I really like how it's shaping up. But again, it's not fair to call them better.
Oh, yeah.
And there is issues offensively. I mean, there absolutely is. I mean, we might as well just unpack this now. I mean, I don't know what the hell we're waiting for. All respect to the Jaelan Phillips and this defense being as close to last year or better or superior or whatever the case may be.
Kobe Dean being back.
Yeah, like the elephant in the goddamn room here is this offense and what drive time dial bullshit radio, corporate bullshit radio is doing is crushing this football team. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. They're making it worse than it should be.
Absolutely.
It should be. It's a 7-2 football team that should have the goddamn respect of being reigning Super Bowl champions and being 7-2 and having ups and downs offensively, big time ups and downs. But allow them to work it out. When you know the relationship now, and it's been made clear between AJ and Jaelan, between AJ, Devontae, and Jaelan. Like, can we stop? Can we stop? Like, can we stop acting like the guy doesn't want to be here after he tells you he wants to be here? Can we just stop with it all? Can we stop with guys that be honest? We ask for honesty in this city for years and years and years as a fan base. Honest. Guy tells you the truth. We don't know how to handle it.
Yep.
Because we got a bunch of immature freaking frat boys. How many drinks can I have today on a Sunday? Because you're a bunch of losers that have no IQ. This is what this fan base is turning into. So we're gonna swallow the whole load that the local media gives to us. The drive time bullshit. We're gonna swallow that entire load, and we're gonna enjoy it. That's what's happening. And then we're gonna spew the same bullshit on Twitter because that's a septic tank. That's what that is. It's a septic tank, not only for sports conversations, but it's a septic tank for life. That's Twitter, X, whatever you want to call her. That's what it is. So my advice to people is stay away from it because you're ruining something special. That's what I'm mad about. You guys are ruining something that has the potential for dynasty talk, and we're ruining it because the guy doesn't get targeted, and then we just want to hammer down on it. We don't want to leave it alone. Like, we all got eyes. Did we see he didn't get targeted? We say, why do I need 100 questions to him? Why do I need to constantly press him? And then when he goes and actually is honest and open on a podcast, which I don't agree with doing it on a podcast, I'd rather you tell me right to the local media in house. But when you go on a podcast and you vent and you're frustrated and you're saying it's a shit show, we can't hide the weaknesses right now. We got to fix them, right? It's not. He's not trying to cut the neck off of people right now. That's not what he's trying to do. He's not trying to cut people's heads off. He's trying to say, like, listen, right now it's a shit show. We got to get it right offensively. We can't keep leaving it up to our defense to bail us out. That's what freaking great teammates say. That's what great teammates say.
Yep.
Like, you guys, can we not comprehend? And
Great teammates and great players want the fucking ball. I can't blame AJ for wanting the fucking ball.
And you said it last week, but forget wanting the ball. Like, he's always talking about his offense playing better, getting better. It's not clicking right now. Like, why can't he be truthful? We got eyes. We all know it's not clicking. So he says it, and now, he doesn't want to be here. He's a problem. And then what makes it a problem is you got to keep asking the questions. So Nick Sirianni gets asked a question today. Is A.J. Brown a problem? How many times does the guy have to tell you that he's not a problem? If he was a problem, he wouldn't be on the roster going into this season, Super Bowl champion or not.
Captain.
Yeah, captain.
You know this football team.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Everybody out there has something bad to say about A.J. Brown and 94 WIP and 97.5, the goddamn fanatic, the Mickey Mouse Corporation they are. Stop pressing it. Like, you got football guys on these freaking stations that aren't smart enough because you're being told what to say. I'm sorry. I mean, we've done enough hate on the dial over the years. I let it go for a while. But, like, it's the dial. It's these morons that ask these questions in the locker room. Can we please start over? Jeffrey, you're smart enough, Jeff. You're a smart enough business owner through the years. Start over. Kick them all the hell out. Kick them all out. And it's a joke. It is. The guy doesn't even ask football questions anymore, guys. It's not even football questions.
Mm-hmm.
So just let everybody know, we're running a top 5 wide receiver out of here. I want everybody to know what you're doing and what you're responsible for. What you're goddamn responsible for by terrible journalism, okay? And I curse a little bit. Grow up. It's 2025, all right? So you guys have terrible journalism. You have all the degrees you want, everything else. I don't care. It's disgusting. All for a rating. All for a click. Also, somebody calls in and, he's a problem. Get him off that thing. That's all you want. You want drama. That's all you care about. You actually prefer that the Eagles were the Eagles of the 90s. That's what dial radio would prefer because they can just destroy people all day and crush people with no basis to it, no facts to it. Just we're just going to crush today because we're a bunch of morons. Every one of those guys, half those guys need a goddamn stool to sit in a chair to be able to reach the microphone. And we're taking their word for it. We're listening to a guy who takes bubble baths. The guy takes bubble baths as a grown-ass man, and we're taking his words for this shit. This is what we're doing. That moron saying VJ Epcombe isn't any good. That we're allowing these takes. We're allowing this to happen. We just want to run good players and great players out of this city because deep down, we want turmoil and we want 2-win seasons. That's deep down what we want. Deep down, we want to be the New York Jets. That's who we really want to be. Really drive your ratings up. I'm sorry for the 8-minute rant.
Dare I tell you, do some of these schmucks, do they want us to be the Dallas Cowboys? Now think about that. What are the Dallas Cowboys good at over the last 25 years? And I don't mean about anything on the field. They haven't done a fucking thing on the field since I was 12. Okay? They haven't won a Super Bowl since I was 12. You know why? Because all Jerry cares about now, he doesn't care about the product on the field. He cares about being a fucking clown show. He cares about being at the top of the ratings. He cares about being in the first segment on fucking Sports Center. Right? Is that what we want? Is that what we want in this town?
Sounds like it, brother. And Pat, you're not wrong. I love you, bro. You always got great takes. Like, and it's how he went about it. Like, I don't know how else we expect them to go about it in the world we live in now. You know,
I need to physically disagree with what Pat's saying about how he went about it. He gave you the corporate answer after games, right? He says something like for weeks he's been doing, the good teammate thing, right? And they keep fucking pressing him. He's like, yeah, man, this isn't fun. It's not fun right now. We're not doing everything we need to do. And it's not just about him, right? He's like, yeah, look, I'm not getting my targets, right? That's because of the offense in general. If the offense in general is running well, we get targets. That's how it works.
Remember that swing pass to Saquon Barkley where he had a 41-yard play down the sideline, right? Made a man miss. Guess who was blocking downfield? That's right, number 11.
Yeah.
Guess who was making that effort? Now, has AJ handled everything perfectly? No, of course not. All right? And there's some things I wish he'd clean up a little bit. But the bottom line is he wants to win just as badly as the 52 other Philadelphia Eagles in that locker room. And I got no problem with that.
Not at all. Go
ahead.
I think AJ is being the guy to be like, yo, this is what we need to do. Because Jalen's doing the typical quarterback thing. Jalen talks because he has to. Jalen doesn't want to talk, right? Devontae's the same type of way. He doesn't do it, right? Dallas Goedert's not at that level where he's like, oh, hey, I'm going to, he's not going to be that vocal guy. It's on AJ. AJ's got to be the guy to be like, yeah, hey, look, we know what the fuck's going wrong. Like, we obviously see what you guys see. We're leading the league in 3 and outs. That's not good. We're not in flow. We're not moving the ball as we could. We're stressing our defense out because we're not playing it to our standard, right? Now, does that come down to play calling? Does it come down to audibles at the line? What does it come down to? I don't know. I'm not an X's and O's guy. I wish I was, right? But I can't, I see the screenshots of oh, AJ Brown's wide open here. Okay, but Jalen's got 3 guys in his face, right? He checked to the line to get him open in the first place, but there's an extra runner, right? Whatever that's going to end up being. But it comes down to this, right? You're coming off of a bye week, okay? And you had one good drive where you fumbled the football. You had a solid drive coming out of the half, right? So your play scripts work, right? The play scripts work, okay? And then your touchdown drive was a 3rd and 8 screen where Saquon makes a guy miss, and then you go up top to your number 1 receiver in single coverage. Doing those plays, that 2-play swing right there, where you went from your own 30 to scoring a touchdown in 2 plays, shows me that you should never, ever, 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 ever run a fucking draw to Will Shipley on 3rd and long ever again. Why the hell is that in the playbook? Give the ball, run a screen to Saquon, run a couple slants, do something to get the ball moving, run a little bit of hurry up. Change something up, because whatever you're doing outside of those opening scripts isn't fucking working.
And to your point, how many times on Monday night, I don't want to belabor this, where in 3rd and long, whether it was a draw or it was some type of run play. And to me, what do we do? In that moment there, you're playing scared. You can't play scared. And I
don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if that's playing scared. I think you can look at it 2 ways. I think hear what I'm saying with this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like Josh McDaniels up in New England did the same thing this week. He ran a 3rd and 8 freaking draw. That tells me you got confidence that you ain't losing your job. That's what that tells me. That's the kind of play where you know what? They're not expecting us to run right now. Let me see if I can bust one. So I don't. If it works, it works. You know what I mean? If it works, it works. I don't have a big problem with that. When I know DNs want to get up the field, I know they're trying to get after the quarterback, and maybe I can sneak one through, try to get something going. I don't have a problem with that. You can look at play to play and be like, I don't like that after the fact, right? It's easy. I have more of a problem with rhythm. I have more of a problem with that kind of stuff with this offense. And they notice when they go hurry up, things work better for them. I just don't know why they don't do it more often. I think they sort of have it in front of them. And you're right. Like if you can script it and run it well for the most part, then it tells me you can design plays. But like in-game play calling isn't easy. It's not built for everybody, right? It's like anything else. It's feel. It's a lot, right? But the whole problem I have is, we hired a guy with no experience doing it. Jesse, because that's what they think. Why would they run Shipley here? Like, you answered the question yourself. Like, I'm not here to defend Kevin Patullo. I'm not here to do any of this. You put Saquon back there, they might give him the ball. Put Will Shipley back there, they're probably not expecting him to run the football there. That's all. I'm not defending the fucking play call. I don't care enough about defending the play call. I'm not defending any of it. It's been inept, right? And there's too much talent for it to be inept. So they got to figure it out, man. If that's taking play calling duties, I don't know. I truly don't know. But
it doesn't sound like any of that's happening, right? But Ryan, you brought it up. AJ talking about the screenshot. He had chances in that presser, right? Everything too. If we just would have waited for him to talk instead of taking wasn't necessarily out of context, but what was on a stream and he was claiming he was joking around and he was having fun and he was loud, letting loose a little bit. Yeah, we could all nitpick and say probably would have preferred to have it done a little differently, but we're also not him, right? But as soon as he put the mic in his face at practice, he explained it all, and then you go, yeah, that all makes sense. And you were talking about that screenshot with him because I was furious after the game. I saw that, I'm like, I'm on Team AJ now, right? He's wide open in front of you, and you're looking at him. Throw the football. It's 20 yards, maybe a touchdown with him. And he didn't take the shot, right? He stood up for his guy. And it goes back to you, Tommy. Like, those guys inside that building have that understanding. There might be bumps in the road, right? There might be, weeks where they're not necessarily clicking, right? Obviously, we saw that. But he had a chance to take a shot, and he did it. And that should kind of tell you everything you need to know about him. And Noah, you brought it up too. That block on that Saquon run.
Yeah.
Yeah, would I have liked a little bit more effort on that fourth down to try and come back and get the football in a league that's going to throw a flag, right? Like, not every third and long did we have to run at. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But in a league that's so happy to throw flags, we don't go down the field at all on one of those, But he had a chance. He had a chance to be selfish and to be everything that the media wants to portray him to be, and he did it. He took his guys back. He made it about the team, and he made it about the frustration of the offense, which everybody after Monday night was all on board with.
I think the difference between, what AJ's saying, I think it's the why, right? It's because they've put themselves into this. You're an upper echelon team, right? You're the defending Super Bowl champions. AJ said in his press conference, he's like, "Hey, look, thank you for the ring, but we're not the same team we were last year, right? Our offense isn't working the same way."
We all love that in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Right? We all love that turn the page talk, right?
Exactly, yeah. Right? Like, at some point, you have to hold yourselves to that standard. And right now, you're not playing to that standard. So he's trying to do that. And that's why he's frustrated. He's not frustrated because he's not getting 15 targets a game. He doesn't need to be Jamar Chase for the Eagles to win, right? Because there's going to be plays where even if he's the number one read, but he's getting double teamed, Devontae's going to be running wide open down the middle of the field, or Dallas Goedert, or Saquon's open on the backside, or whatever it is. You have so many playmakers on this offense that if somebody you have to take the defense has to take somebody away, somebody else is going to be open, right? And I love the fact that the Eagles don't turn the football over, right? I love it. What was it? Our fourth turnover of the year, the Jaelan fumble. Okay, the fourth turnover of the year. Okay, I will give up, a turnover here or there if you take more shots. I'll be okay with that, right? Because I know that our defense, if you throw a pick 40 yards down the field, that they're going to probably make them punt, more or less, right? I trust our defense to be able to back us up on offense. If
And on
something
third
like that
and long, it's as good as a punt anyway.
right. So depending on the situation, right? Like I don't want to say that running a third and long draw is the worst play call of all time, right? I'm just sick of it being that's the go-to on third and long because it seems like that's what it's been.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas, like I said, you had the 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9 screen, like dump off to Saquon, which then turned into a touchdown play later. Right. If you take more shots, like I'm not saying you have to throw the ball deep 15 times a game, right? But even if you want to run a semi hurry up offense, you don't have to hike the football 10 seconds after you go. Get to the line, diagnose what the defense is going to do. It also keeps their defense on the field longer. They can't switch guys out, right? And you're going to be able to match up a hell of a lot better with their defense than they can match up with you offensively. So it's frustrating as a fan watching the games where this offense scored 10 points coming off a bye week. Now, props like 10 points coming off the bye week. There's something wrong there, right? And we'll talk about it sooner or later, but we got the Detroit Lions coming in this week. You score 10 points against the Lions, you're losing by 25 at home. Like, that's not going to work. So, we'll see what happens, and I'm sure we'll discuss it in a bit, but like, dude, like the Lions are one of those teams that can match up with you man-to-man offensively, right? And you got Jahmyr Gibbs, who was a stud coming in this week. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, stud coming in this week. So you're going to have to put up points, right? And that Lions defense is just as good as the Packers, if not better. So got to figure something out over the next couple of days.
No doubt, but and all great points and all well said. Here's the beautiful part. The beautiful part is, even despite the so-called AJ controversy, despite our offense being Jekyll and Hyde, it's bipolar almost, There's times where we'll go down the field with ease, and then there's times where it's nothing but 3 and outs. But despite all of this, we are 7-2 and have everything in front of us. We're currently the number 1 seed in the NFC. And the beauty of it is, there is no quote unquote great team in the NFL this year. I can't find a single team and say, oh, they can't be beat or they can't be beat. And hey, I'll be honest. Yeah, I think we're the closest thing to it.
If you look at like the value of our wins, like down the line, we're in.
Yes.
Yep.
Chiefs on the road at Chiefs, on the road at Bucks, on the road in Green Bay.
Yep.
I did it because I was so sick of hearing. I went through this yesterday. I was so sick of hearing and Stephen A. not having the Eagles in the top 5 of his power rankings. Right? Like it's a joke, but it got me so fired up. Seahawks combined records of the teams they won, 25-40.
Wow.
Combined records of the teams they've lost, 12-7. Rams combined record of the teams they've won, 30-37. 13-6 are the teams they've lost to. Eagles combined records, 32-30-2, because Cowboys and Packers are chuds and tied. Record of who we lost to, 10-10. Broncos and Giants flip-flop each other. But so you looking at that, everyone wants to say Sam Darnold's back. Tommy, I know you went on a great rant about it last week, right? Sam Darnold, they've beaten nobody. Steelers and Jags are the only winning teams that they've beaten. And then the Rams, you could say the Colts are a good win, and the 49ers were a good win. Right? But how good are the Colts? The Colts, you can make an argument, are frauds too.
I think you'll see a lot.
So, we are that team.
What was our record versus
32-30-2.
Yeah. Everyone can
Chiefs, Rams, Bucks, Packers all have winning records.
Yeah.
And 3 of those wins were on the road.
Yep. Well, that's the difference maker.
I think your 2 biggest rivals in the NFC, your 3 biggest rivals in the NFC, you're playing one of them this week, right? You already beat one of them who blew a 20-plus point lead, right? And then the third team is the Seahawks, who everybody thinks that is really, really good. I think I want to see what happens when they play the Rams this week, and that'll tell me everything I need to know about the Seahawks.
The Rams,
because they haven't played anybody.
The Rams are going to blow them out.
I agree with Noah. I think the Rams beat them handily.
Their defense is good.
Where's the game at?
I
believe the game is in LA, but that doesn't matter.
Well, it matters. I mean,
it matters, but like the Rams don't have home games.
No. You're missing my point.
He's more talking about Seattle's home game.
I'm more talking about Seattle.
Right. I think it's in LA. I think it's in LA.
I'm looking it up. I got you.
Not a big deal. I mean, it's just where my head went, right? Obviously, naturally. But no, I agree with you. It's going to tell you a little bit more. It's going to tell us a little bit more about Seattle. But it's going to tell us a little bit more about the Rams too. I think it's good.
Right.
This is a tell me game for both. I think Seattle's defense is really good. So everything I say about Seattle offensively, Smith Njigba he's awesome.
He's so
awesome. Awesome. I don't think people realize how awesome he is. Now, where do they sort of get you after that offensively? For me, they're men. I'm lukewarm on the rest. Kenneth Walker, Chardonnay gets all their touchdowns. He's a good player.
Yeah, they don't run it effectively enough.
No, they don't. I don't love their offensive line. Sam's had a good year again, but I'm not sold on that offense. Now, that's a guy who just scored 10 points on Monday night. I'm telling you, I'm not sold on somebody else's offense.
I think. Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
No, I just think this league's hard, man.
Yeah,
I just think this league's really hard. I think we can sit back here on our goddamn couches and act like we watched a bunch of 14-year-olds play goddamn flag football. It ain't that easy. It's not that easy. And I don't think we realize it. And these are all pros. We don't realize how much money the other teams get. Sometimes, and we only see what we see, and we watching Red Zone all the time. We paying attention to the rest of the league because every year is different. How the league goes and how it shapes and forms. Every year is a little different than the year after, maybe.
Yeah. What are we going to say about the Monday night win if the Packers get hot and fucking only lose one more game this year? I mean,
colder and distant. That's a desperate football team on Monday night at home.
Absolutely.
I think they
100% agree.
Do not count smacking them in the mouth. Do not act like that doesn't stand for anything. To not be able to. This is the one thing I'll say: is our offense perfect? No, but I'll tell you this, and I can stand by this. What kind of game do you want to play today? And what I mean by that is, what style do you want to play? Do you want to be running gun today? Because we can do that with you. We talked about this last year too. We can do that with you. What do you want to play? You want to get in a dogfight? You want to play 90s football? You want to run, pound it every inch, and defensively and win it defensively? We can play that style too. You want to be in between? We can do that one as well. And I think the chameleon in us, it doesn't get enough credit.
That Jaelan Phillips brought that up after the game. They talked about
I didn't hear it.
And he essentially said that. He goes, it didn't matter what happened during that game. Everybody on that sideline was cool, calm, collected. It didn't matter what the score was. Everybody knew and had the utmost confidence in each other that this was going to turn out. Right. And we talked about that fumble, right? We don't know how this game turns if we score 7 there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We don't know what happens to this game if we score 7. And because we hadn't had that happen, right? You talked about it. 4th fumble of the year or 4th turnover of the year. And so we got it back and our defense came to play, but we couldn't even get, what if we get 3 there? What if we get 7? Who knows what that does to the offense the rest of the game, knowing that we just drove and took the entire quarter. We would have walked out of the quarter 2 possessions, right? Mm-hmm. Packers had 1. We would have had the second. We would have ended the quarter if we didn't fumble that ball. And it happens, right? It's not like we can't take it back, but the confidence, like you said, Tommy, the confidence that this team has to go anywhere that the other team wants to go and still know that they're better.
Yeah, I don't think it gets enough credit. And again, I mean, the worst in the NFL in 25 years and 3 and outs. I get it. That is bad. You want to look at an alarming thing? That's sure. It's alarming as hell.
with the 4 skill players we have, that is
yeah. That's a problem. Houston, hey, like I don't need to go on somebody else's podcast to do that. Like AJ should have just went live to X and just told everybody, like, come on, guys, you don't see the problem here, and part of it is how healthy is he. I'll continue to say this. I stood by this from a hammy before the season starts. A hammy before the season starts. There is nothing that affects a freaking thoroughbred more than a hammy lingerization. I don't even know if that's a word, but we just did it.
It is now.
Throughout the year. Okay. I don't know if like something hamstrings an athlete that is a thoroughbred more than a hammy. There isn't. Like, I don't know. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm making excuse that if he's not him, we're not going to be as good. He's not going to be open as much. I'm not saying he's not open, but you can listen to guys like Troy Aikman sit in that box over the first half and tell you why guys weren't open, right? Like we listen to guys who's watching the aerial shot of everything. Does that mean Troy's getting it all right? He's taking a bunch of hits. Who knows, right? But the point is, like, we got a Hall of Famer up in the box telling us like stuff isn't open. He has nowhere to go with the football, and then we just act like that defense is an elite over there. That's not a damn good defense over there. So we just take things and we just act like it didn't happen. Like, yo, it was 11 versus nobody. Like, how do we not get him targets? I don't understand it either. Unless he's not open. Unless my quarterback is evading too soon. Like and why is he? Is there pressure up the middle? Right? There's factors to this. Like,
there's a good guy on the outside. He's probably paying attention to him.
Well, I don't agree with Bill. One thing, last thing, no, and then go ahead. The last thing, Bill made a comment earlier that Devontae's my son, okay? But Devontae's the one, and AJ doesn't like you can take in the back seat to him, this, that, and there. I don't even think that's the case. Like, AJ healthy is the number one because of his size, strength, and just physical ability. He's the one because of the size, always, right? But Devontae, it's Batman and Robin. It doesn't matter. Guys can be ones on certain days because of matchups. That's what these guys try to do. That's scheming. That's what scheme means. Hey, where's your weakness? We want to attack it. Listen, there were some things I saw this week too. There was a lot of motion. They ran a ton of motion this week. Just didn't have good results with it. Why is it? I don't know. Like Greg said, or Ryan said, like there's screenshots of AJ being open, but there's also 3 guys in the quarterback's face. Like we're acting like he's got a clean pocket all the time. Like if he's got, and there's been clean pockets where nobody's open. I've seen him sit back there. So it's either guys stop running routes, guys quit on it when you know you have a quarterback that extends. So that tells me if AJ caught so many passes in this offense from extended plays, so many. So is Devontae. So the only reason stopping AJ from being open consistently on broken down plays is the hammy. Holy shit.
I mean, to your point, think about it, fellas.
He's done, or he's not the same.
We're 7-2, and 2 of our best players on the football team in Barkley and Brown are having we'll just say they're having their career worst year, just statistically, right? Yet we're still 7-2. Despite that, despite all the other bullshit, despite our offensive line being banged up like a motherfucker, all right? Yeah. I don't even know when Cam Jurgens is coming back.
Nope.
All right. Is he coming back?
I don't know.
Thought it was this week. Yeah. It made it sound like it was this week.
I thought so too. But,
you're right.
Obviously, we all wish him well, and I hope he gets back soon. All right. But despite all that, we are still 7 wins, 2 losses, and on a 3-game winning streak. And we just won in one of the hardest places to play in the National Football League in Lambeau Field. It's only going to get better from here. Wait and see on Sunday night.
And has my quarterback been perfect? No. But he's got 16 touchdowns and 1 interception and 2 fumbles. That's his turnovers. 16-3. 16-3. Unless he has another fumble that I'm forgetting about, but I think there's only been 2 lost fumbles. So 16-3.
He's done a great job of taking care of the football.
Yes. I don't want Justin Herbert. I don't want some of these other guys. I want who I got. I want who I got. I want a guy that gives more of a shit about just winning games. And again, he had a chance to end the game. They didn't, right? And I don't like that stuff. So there's things you can take away that I don't like. But the guy just wins. Like we can end that conversation. We don't need to bring that up ever again until he starts losing at time, right? But right now, all he does is win. So what's the problem? The problem is, let's try to fix what the problem is. And the problem isn't players. The problem isn't players' personalities. The problem isn't cancers in the locker room. That's not the problem here. You don't go 7-2. You don't cut nets down last year with confetti, right? You don't do all that, and there'd be all these problems. You don't do it. You don't respond from what happened the year prior. Like, oh my God. People need help for a second. You guys need help. Everybody you need a little bit of help. Can we just take a step back and actually think for a second? Common sense. I say this to hitters and players all the time. Just relax and make it simple. Stop making it so hard. This is simple too. 2023, we have monster collapse. Monster collapse, right? We're off to a great start, but it doesn't look pretty. We have a monster collapse. Okay, finishes off knocked out in the playoffs, done. All right. So it's easy for that drama to start. Easy. If there's major cancers, that will start. We get out to a 2-2 start. Easy for those cancers to come out. Right? Oh, here they come. And what the heck happened after that? The best team in football through the rest of the season.
Yep.
And Hoist and Lombardi, just to follow that up with, hey, let's get out to a 7-2 start after Super Bowl hangovers are real. It's hard to go be the best team in the NFC right now after a Super Bowl trophy. And we watched for years teams like this go through it. We watched the Patriots go through it at times. We watched the Chiefs go through it at times, right? And there's no really other like long dynasties that I remember like those two, right? Or at least the Patriots. But we watched it with them at the Super Bowls, not being good enough offensively, right? Having to get by smoke and mirrors, right? But we shouldn't have that problem because of our talent. I think that's our frustration, naturally. But we're without our center from last year and without our right guard from last year. So if people don't think that matters, and we're with a brand new coordinator, another one. If we don't think there's pains in that, you can go buy a clue.
And that's that's something AJ said as well. When he goes, the defense is naturally adjusted to us this year. They adjusted to us, and we haven't made the adjustment back. Yeah. And I think I think he said Goat Stature said it here. AJ wants a coach to scheme him away from doubles and shady. Like, yeah, no shit. The other defenses are going to double our best wide receiver.
Yep. And to your point, Greg, right?
No,
that's a great point too, because back to that whole point, right? It's like he's that's the coach's job. It's not tipping the cap. It's not, oh well, they're doubling you, so we're gonna
you're fucked today.
Yeah, we'll get somebody else, try to get somebody else open. And we can't run the football.
Yeah.
At least with Saquon, we can't. Everybody else we can.
Well, part of that is because the offensive line is beat the fuck up. They really are. Lane's not all that healthy.
Yeah, you're right.
Cam Jurgens hasn't even been in the lineup in recent weeks.
No.
And
where does it start?
It all starts up front, gentlemen.
We've always said this for 2 decades.
A zillion years.
Yeah, like yep. I mean, I don't know how much longer we got to say that for, and it's something we take for granted around here. And Stoutland U's a real thing, but come on, it's a real thing. But we're not going to,
let's not.
Mulata has had a down year, in my opinion.
Take so many hits.
100%, Tommy. That doesn't get talked about enough.
Mulata's had a down year. To your point, no, another guy who's been banged up is Landon Dickerson. So literally, 4 out of 5 guys on your line have been banged up.
Yep.
I mean, he had 2 huge pre-snap penalties on Monday night. Jordan Mailata. Huge.
And I'm wondering if he's not even a little banged up.
Everybody is. Like the point is like that's where I know they're trying to figure it out, right? Nobody's going to sit here and be like, oh, they're not trying to figure it out. Like, of course they're trying to figure it out, right? And I think the easiest way to figure some of these things out is get on the damn ball. Let your quarterback see it longer. Like I get. This isn't rocket science.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm struggling on my end. Let my veteran quarterback now, my Super Bowl MVP, get to the line early and see what he sees. Every time we go no huddle, we're better. Every time we're in 2-minute drills, we're better. Like, we're just better naturally. Most offenses are.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, most are. Now, you don't want to be Chip Kelly and do it every time, but sometimes it's called for the spark.
Yep.
And
yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, how many times are we watching games week in and week out? We're like, oh, go to hurry up and try and get some momentum, try and get a spark here.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Do you guys think? I mean, who knows? Do you guys think having letting Mekhi Becton go sign with the Chargers? Do you think that was a mistake?
Yeah. No, how much clearer I got to be. I think I made it very clear that there was between two guys that could come back here. It was between Isaiah Rodgers and Becton.
Yeah.
And they were two guys that I thought you needed back.
Right.
Forget Rodgers for a second, but if I had a gun to my head, Greg knows this too. Like, if I had a gun to my head, I was Becton all day being back.
Because I think we're definitely missing him.
Listen, you get off the bus and you beat people. You understand? Like, when your line looks like that, like they did last year. I mean, then you can really impose your will on people. You create more space just because you have bigger guys that can obviously create more space. I mean, like Chip Kelly thought process, big guys beat up on small guys. It definitely was real with his offensive line last year. Yeah. And you're seeing a combo. You're seeing an offensive line that's banged up, but you're also seeing a running back who's been nicked and bruised this year a little bit too. But after monster years, they always have a downer year. Like, that's what we're watching. Again, common sense, 101. Hey, 101 talk on A2D tonight. This is not hard. Not making an excuse. Like, you still shouldn't average under 4 yards a carry. I think you're too good for that. I also think he dances a little bit too much too sometimes, trying to make more out of something. When he lowers a shoulder, he gets 3. You know what I mean? He walks into 3. Mm-hmm. But I understand as a running back, man. Sometimes you ain't trying to dive up in that hole all day either. Because
because then you get killed that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 degrees. And you're dead that way too. So
yeah.
But we've shown the other guys. Look at the other guy. This is what I told you guys weeks ago. Look at the other guys in terms of their yards per carry. I mean, Bigsby 9.4. AJ Dillon when he was playing 5. Right? Shipley's at 4.1. So I mean, like, everybody besides him is rushing the football.
I gotta answer this guy's question. Cotton ball for life. Thank you for checking in. We love the support. I promise you, though, there is no way in hell the Philadelphia Eagles were looking past the Green Bay Packers on a Monday night showdown at Lambeau Field. I promise you. There's no way. And I get it. Another big ball game coming up against Detroit at home. But there is no way on earth that any of the 53 Philadelphia Eagles were looking past the Green Bay Packers. No way.
Yep. I think just to add on to that, it's the teams that win championships don't do that. Right? Teams with like a pedigree of winning and an expectation to win, they don't do that. Especially when, obviously we're talking about especially we're talking about all of the issues we have as a 7-2 football team, by the way. That, like, look, hey, you were playing to be the number 1 seed this past week, right? And you had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, plus an extra day because the NFL decided to put you on Monday Night Football. And then now we have a short week going into our new week against the Detroit Lions. But I could talk about the schedule all day because the schedule is bullshit. Still don't know how the Eagles don't have back-to-back home games all season, but regardless.
You got to give the tailgaters a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Look, you have a 4-game lead in the win column in the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys are 3-5-1. Washington's out of it. Right. The Giants are out of it. Like that team that beat you 3-4 weeks ago now just fired their head coach. because he's trying to run his first-round quarterback into concussion protocol every week. So as frustrating as this team is, I'd like to be a little positive, right? I'd like to be a little positive tonight because, again, you are 7-2, right? And you're working through some shit. You're the number 1 seed in the NFC, and you've essentially already clinched the division, right? So right now you have a little bit of leeway to be able to try to, not that I want them to go out there and lay an egg to be like, oh, hey, shit, wow, we can't just get away with it like we have been doing. But, like, you can get away with a game like that. Right, like what happened with the Broncos game, right? You're winning that game, then you blow it late. Like, all right, kind of a fluke, whatever. Then you get your doors blown off by the Giants on Thursday Night Football in a short week. Like, okay, now they've come back out and they've won 3 games in a row. Now, it still doesn't look great, right? But sometimes you need to see that, against a good team. Oh, it's not a fluke. Oh, it's not a fluke. Hey, maybe we need to figure this out. Maybe we need to take it a little bit more seriously. Not to say that they haven't been, right? But you're getting away with it. And realistically, you should know that, like, looking back at that film or whatever it is, you're coming in to play the Detroit Lions this week, where that offense is, like I said earlier, phenomenal. Like, Jahmyr Gibbs, you can compare him to Saquon Barkley, right? David Montgomery is better than Tank Bigsby. Okay, AJ Brown and Amon-Ra,
that?
Straight up.
They've had their duds though. Also,
You scared of that offense like that?
I'm not scared of the offense.
The one reason I don't give that offense, I can't give that.
It's Jared Goff. Okay,
There it is. When you talk statues,
I'm talking positional.
I know what you're saying.
Matching up, right?
So,
like, look, you can go up against these other teams, and because you're more talented, you can get away with this stuff, right? But like we said back at the beginning of the year, it doesn't matter how you're playing in September and October. It matters how you're playing in December and January.
Yeah.
Right. So you're now into November. It's November 12th. So you're halfway through November at this point. It's time to start, getting ready to flip that switch. You're in the second half of the season now. You've had your bye week, right? You play the Lions down the stretch. You play the Bills down the stretch. You play the Chargers on the road down the stretch. Again, these teams are going to be more playoff teams. And, like, you have a couple short weeks in there. You play Black Friday against the Bears, right? I think you play another Monday Night Football game against the Chargers.
4 of our next 5 games are primetime or
primetime
national
games,
TV.
Right? So you get an extra day on the Monday night game, and then you have a short week following that up. I think that's one of the Washington games, which, again, shouldn't be a big deal. But, like, you got to figure this out. So the fact that you're 7-2 and you don't look great, it just sets you up for going down the stretch here as you're figuring it out, and then you're going to be the number 1 seed when you finish 13-4, like I said, the regular season. So
yeah, listen,
there you go.
I mean, maybe they have been scheming for it from 2 weeks. Sometimes too much info is a bad thing, like going into a game ahead of them. So, I mean, looking ahead might not be the right word, cotton ball, but to the point, like maybe too much information, and then your overall
paralysis by information. We see it all the time in sports.
Yeah, and then your game plan for Monday night isn't good enough, right? Yeah. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but it hasn't really been good enough, period. But there's been games and moments where it has been. And I love this. Listen, in the Lions pressers, they sound like they're going to war.
Yeah,
like we took something from them.
They did it. Who came in right before we went to the bye? They were talking about it too. Like the Lincoln Financial is the vet, right? And we're like killing people in the stands.
I can't wait.
25-mile-an-hour winds with baby hands. Give me it.
Yeah, I cannot wait for them to come in here and absolutely get smacked around offensively. Because, like, we can be weak. Listen, if we're playing on turf, their place, oh yeah, baby, I know how they roll there, right?
Yep.
Like it ain't about a dome team because dome teams can beat teams on grass. That's not the conversation. The conversation, Jared Goff, cold weather, and we're physical. And they're physical defensively. And they're physical offensively. Don't get me wrong. They want to be physical all around. But
their defense has holes.
But hey, pot, meat, kettle, because we want to be physical as well. And I think they got more holes than we do. That's the difference in this football game. And Ryan, everything you said, spot on. I mean, they got playmakers for days. I mean, Gibbs is a stud. Montgomery wants to come in, give you the change of pace, which is so important. That's why their run game's so good, because they get you thunder, lightning. It works that way. And then you add in, Jameson Williams, a big play guy. I've always liked Jameson Williams. So they absolutely got the skill position players to go put 40 up on your ass. Absolutely. But that all changes with one thing. If I get pressure up the middle on Jared Goff, good luck. Or they run the ball down your throat. They're the two ways they beat you. They start running the ball down your throat, and it sets up big plays. Or you stop the run early, or slow it down, contain it, and then you're starting able to get them in third and longs where you smack him early, like any quarterback. You smack them early like they did to Jordan Love in cold weather. Guys get happy. Feet get happy. Right? Happy
windy.
feet.
Windy. It's going to be windy on Sunday night.
There ain't a guy in the history of professional football at the quarterback position immune to getting smacked around. You know what I mean? There just isn't. They all had their moments. Doesn't mean guys, don't hang in there and keep taking big hits, but you guys know what I'm saying. So
the other side of it is that's a new play caller over there. Do I trust Dan Campbell to go up against Vic Fangio calling plays? No.
That's cute. Yeah.
I don't trust Dan Campbell at all. I can do that. The four of us can scheme that game against the Washington Redskins or Commanders or whatever the heck they are. Right? Like they've lost they lost to the Packers, they got smoked by the Chiefs, and they lost to the Vikings here 2 weeks ago. That forced Dan Campbell to take over play calls. So his mind, he even said it the other day, his mind was all over the place on Sunday because he didn't know what he was doing. Like, not that he didn't know what he's doing, but he was so ingrained in the play sheet that he wasn't thinking about anything else. So I'm going to put my veteran Vic up against Ballsack Dan and trust that we're gonna be able to figure him out defensively.
I love it. And if they're talking, if St. Brown made a statement, running his mouth a little bit, well, that's a bad idea.
Well, they're doing the thing that the 49ers did a few years ago, right? Where they're like, oh, if they didn't lose to the Commanders last year, they would have came in here and beat us or whatever. I'm like, well, you didn't.
But you didn't.
You didn't.
Oh my God, they're doing the game like they lost to the team we absolutely smacked around in the NFC title game. They lost to that team, and they want to come in here saying that, oh, if we would have had that up. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, I don't know if they're necessarily doing that this week. I know that they were doing that going into the offseason. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown was running his mouth.
They wanted the opening night game because they wanted their revenge that.
Yep. Yeah.
Revenge
in their mind, you're right, Rye. They wanted, we would have beat them.
They should have wanted the Commanders then. You beat the team you couldn't beat. I mean, I don't know what you're asking for, babe. I mean, what a bunch of idiots. Oh, I hope we smack them around. Let's go.
$32-24 Eagles. 2.5 points. I don't even know what the over-under is right now. Hold on.
Probably.
In case we care.
My
But
guess,
it's 25-mile-an-hour winds they're projecting.
My guess is going to be 46.5.
We got to wait all day.
Yeah, great. Yeah, over under 46.5 is my guess. I haven't seen it.
2.5, 46 even.
Ooh.
So you're right there. You're there.
All right.
FanDuel or DraftKings probably have it the same, 46.5.
All right. Sounds good. 27-23 Birds.
27-23. You got a close one. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be closer. I think we're going to start a little slow, but we're going to figure it out.
That's why I love, I used to hate it because you used to try and, project everything, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, this last week and every week, especially with the Eagles, just proves how much of a week-to-week league this is.
And
you know what I mean?
And to show
but every time we're watching every time you're watching just any random game. Like, it's a week-to-week league.
Yep.
Like, what we did on Monday night has no bearing on what we're doing on Sunday night, right?
Well, look at the Carolina Panthers. The week before, they go ahead and upset the Packers at Lambeau.
Yeah.
Then they go home and lay an egg against the Saints.
Yep.
So, and to your point, Greg, in the spirit of it being a week-to-week league, I have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Detroit Lions 37-23.
Holy shit.
How about that?
37.
37.
I always love, like, when you give your scores. I'm always trying to figure out how the hell you get there, right? Like, in my mind, I'm like, how do I get to 37?
Well, I got it as 5 touchdowns when we go for 2 twice just for fun.
Or we get a safety.
Yeah.
Jake, take the week off, Jake.
How about 6 touchdowns and 3 Jake Elliott field goals?
That works too.
Well, the math
does it?
Math don't
no,
math
math don't math there.
Sorry, no, that doesn't math. No,
too
right.
much time in the freezer there, buddy.
Yeah, I hear you.
4 field goals.
Four touchdowns.
4 touchdowns and 3 field goals.
And 3 field goals. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That math checks out.
Yeah, I did freeze my ass off today.
The scoregami wasn't matching.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing I'm not an accountant.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, yeah, dude. Whew.
I'd be fucking broke.
So would a lot of other people.
It's just a tough turnaround. Such a tough turnaround. Monday Night Football.
And for fun,
Oh, boy.
AJ Brown has 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a given.
Just saying.
It's hard coming off Monday nights wins, especially on the road too. But who's betting against this team? Yeah, right. Who's betting against them? Like, just, whatever. What's it called? I can't think of the right wording. You know what I mean? But yeah. So that being said, like, usually when they have these types of like duds offensively, they come back and they're usually pretty electric. Again, I don't know. We don't know what the weather is going to be yet, I guess, or do we? You say 25-mile winds?
Yeah, potential 60% chance of rain as of now. 60% chance of rain.
Oh,
not super cold, like mid 60s. But they are projecting to have pretty high winds, which I love when your quarterback has baby hands.
Boy, it just makes me love my score prediction.
Yeah.
We'll get there. No worries. Take the over. No
34-20.
Yeah, just take the over. Just don't bet the house on it. Maybe just your lunch money.
Which is not an over. That would be an under. So 34-20.
Just a sprinkle.
No, that's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's an over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
34-20.
we all went over.
I mean, Noah stole it. Obviously, AJ. After all this.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fitting. Think about it.
It's what this team does, though.
Yeah.
It's what they do.
Yep.
Oh, Jaelan.
They buy into it just as much.
280. 3 tutties.
Another 80 on the ground.
Yeah, like 50-piece nug on the ground. Just like, hey, all right, you guys, is there problems here? We're 8-2.
Yeah.
Hey, problems right here? We're 8-2.
I do love his response too. Like, the more we talk about this shit, the more the more, you're distracting us for everything else. I mean, I love it. Just absolutely love it. And that's who Jaelan is.
You think he takes 30 to win this, Bill? I don't know. I think it depends on if we rattle Goff early or not. right? I think that's going to depend on a lot if it takes 30. You know what I mean? But I want to believe in our defense. I want to believe when I watched last week. I want to believe in our run game getting better. Again, defensively like it has. And, I want to keep believing that we're on the uptick here. And if we're on the uptick and they're coming here and they got a quarterback that is more stationary, I think it bodes well for us. I think this is a game where you can take the football away twice. You can get 2 picks.
Yep.
I think this is one of those types of games. I really do. Now, I could go the other way. They're a damn good football team. I'm not trying to disrespect them by 34-20. I just feel like, things we keep winning and all you hear is bad shit. And I think every time this happens again, Jaelan comes out and balls out.
Yep.
So that puts AJ, Devontae, Dallas, all these guys in player of the game conversations because you just feel like he's going to come ball out. After the Giants game, he was smiling. What do you think he was smiling about? He's smiling because he's a guy. Everybody enjoy this, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
Yep.
And what did we get out of them after that? Right? We get the win in shit. Where did we win after that?
Minnesota, right?
Yeah, we got the win in Minnesota. And what did he say? What did he say? We ain't losing again.
Yeah.
And when my QB's got that swagger, we ain't losing again.
No, we scored 28 that week, and then we put up 38 against the Giants before the bye, and then we had 10 in a 10-7 game, right?
Yeah.
So I again, not everything's perfect offensively, but they got to be able to run the football, boys. You know what I mean? They got to be able to run the football.
Yep.
All this is moot points if you can't run it at all.
Yep. That being said, I'm taking Dallas Goedert.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Touchdown merchant.
Touchdown merchant. Touchdown merchant. The Lions have been getting cooked by tight ends this year.
Yeah.
They've been getting cooked by tight ends this year. So give me 7 for 110 and 2 touchdowns for Dallas Goedert this week.
Well, we got to come up with 6 or 7 touchdowns just to get the Noah's score. So
No, he needs 4.
pile it on.
Only 4.
It's true.
Yeah.
You get 5.
And
You
3
get 5.
Elliott field goals. I mean, now I got the mathing or whatever the kids say.
That's gonna be
5 and
super
go for
windy.
2 just to shove it up Dan Campbell's ass at the end
Yeah,
of the game.
there you
Talking about. Yeah, you score on your first 2 touchdowns. You go for 2 just for fun, and then it's 16, and you score 3 more touchdowns. But yeah, Dallas Goedert. He's gonna eat.
Tommy, who did you go, Saquon or did you go Jaelan?
He went Jaelan.
You went Jaelan. I'll go Saquon. I like what we have been doing. He's over 100 yards if Mikey doesn't trip him. He's over 100 yards if Mikey doesn't trip him.
Yeah, I can't
You
believe
know.
that. I can't believe
And then
that.
Micah wants to chirp that we held him to 60. Yeah, good job, Micah.
That I was so mad. Like he was gone. That was insane. But
He was. And our guy Chucks, who's on Eagles Talk, he put the film out there, the all 22, and it showed that if he gets through there,
he was gone.
he's gone. He's gone.
He was gone. And then we're like, oh, all right, we won by double digits, and then maybe obviously it's still not as good, but there's less discourse this week. Like, oh, you only won by 3, but whatever.
Hey, win's a win. We'll fucking take it.
Correct.
A win at Lambeau, shit, I'm not giving that back.
Ain't that the truth?
The one thing I'll say about the run game that I noticed, guys, is like they always run strong side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough weak side runs with a running back at this caliber. I know he can make a guy miss one-on-one. So why would I not run weak side? You know what I mean? In a way, why would I not run more weak side at times?
Or at least show it, right?
Yeah.
Because it felt like every inside zone that we ran, it felt like that the backers knew what was coming.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they were there.
And we called out their
I love that. That's a great clip.
Yeah, because we don't get enough credit. Everybody just talks about us and people calling our shit out for years, but it happens all over the league. And I've been the biggest advocate of like, you can know it's coming. You still got to go make a play.
Yeah.
So like, as much as like I love that narrative, like they know what we were running. Okay, go block, go put a helmet to a helmet, right? A pad to a pad, and go make a block. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want. They know what's coming. Okay,
Yeah.
you know something's coming.
There's only so many.
Like it's a runner pass. You act like it's like, oh, we figured them out. Like, that's why you watch tape, babe.
Yeah.
You know the guys. You know what teams' tendencies are. They make it sound like it's like I knew what they were running. So yeah, does it make it easier? Sure, but they might know where you're running too. So like, I mean, just go make a block. Like I hate that shit. That's why I think like players win. I think head coaching is always more important than your coordinators because they create the culture. You know, they're the main guy and they can calm things down or whatever the case may be. I don't want to put a lot of stock. I need one great coordinator. As long as I got one great coordinator, I feel good. And that's where we got Vic. So it's like, you know, I don't care. Like the difference from a play caller is it's rhythm. You know what I mean? It's not about like them knowing what's coming or not. It's just about like a little adjustments and rhythm and changing up your tendencies, you know, not even mid game, but on the fly, which again, for a first time play caller isn't easy to do. Right. Again, not making excuses. I have not been impressed by Kevin Patullo, but again, I'll keep saying it. Like AJ's not going to come out and be like, yeah, my hamstring bothers me. And not saying it bothers him, but even like it not being 100% could absolutely affect him.
Sure.
You know, even if it feels good and it doesn't, but you don't get the same, like, you know, you don't get the same stop and go from it. You don't get some of those things. Like, I don't know. But I do think, like, we go on that first drive, we get 2 targets, and we go down the field.
Yep.
I mean, I just don't know how you don't go back.
And then you went away. You went away.
Yeah, and maybe they didn't go away. Maybe they tried going back to it, but like I find it hard to believe. The only one I saw was like Jaelan was rolling out this way to go run, and AJ was crossing.
Yeah, that's the screenshot that everybody shows. Yeah,
that's a bad screenshot, man. That's pressure. That's him rolling.
Yeah, because you're right. Mike is coming on the side, and he leaked out Mike is where Mike is the whole Micah left, and he got 9 yards. You know,
not fair. He probably got 25, but still, not fair because he's rolling and eyes are looking. You know what I mean? Like,
and what do you want? We want that off? Like, do we want that off? You know, running from one way, throwing it the other way to AJ? Then that's picked off, right? And then we're all like, "Why didn't you just run?"
yeah. I mean, it's just like the little things. Like again, they got to clean shit up, but I just don't think it's the end of the world yet.
Mystics. Lane was a limited participant in practice today. Obviously he came back in the game. I would think he's good to go. He ain't missing this game. But let me pull up the Eagles.
Is Penei Sewell going to play this week?
Yes.
Yeah. I know he got hurt last week.
So injury report, limited practice, Landon, Lane, Cam, and Tyler. Great. Our whole offensive line. Awesome.
Love that.
Full participants. I don't even know who this guy is. Cal Adamits. Don't know. Adamits. Jacorian Bennett, Darius Cooper, Willie Lampkin, and Nolan Smith. Now, Willie Lampkin might be the solution potentially to those that miss Bakai Becton. He's got a little bit more meat in the ass.
I know. Yeah.
He's the guy we stole from.
Center, right?
Yeah, he's guard center.
Yeah.
We stole him from it was actually everyone says it's a dick move by Hallie. But we stole him from the Rams right at the beginning of the year, and he's been on IR.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I guess traditionally around the league, when they put a guy on IR, or you waive a guy that's going to go to IR, most of the league lets him just go through waivers so that the team can claim him again. Hallie's like, nope, we got him.
Love it.
Honestly. So he's been practicing again, and maybe something changes at the right guard position that I know a lot of people are clamoring for.
Yeah.
But I also find it hard to believe without an injury, the guy that sets the offense, the tapper, right? The guy that sets the offense, that you're going to change that. You know what I mean?
No,
without an injury. Without an injury.
And I always thought Tower's team was a better backup than he would be starter.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, I mean, he can still grow into it and become better. But I also think when you're playing with different guys alongside of you, first year starter makes it hard too.
Yeah.
Just with communications and things like that. So, I'll give him a little bit of a pass on that for sure. And with these 4 guys being limited, I'm good with limited. That's just that's just maintenance.
Sure.
That's maintenance.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday maintenance. Okay, because there's no reason at this point
in your first real practice of the week, like you probably it was probably like a walkthrough or something.
Right.
Yeah, if they did not practice, then it's like rut-row.
Yeah.
But
no, I hear you.
Yeah, it's nothing. I don't think that's anything to worry about. Besides, we know Cam. That's a worry.
Yeah.
And Lane, but he came back into the game, so you think he's just going to be a treatment week and be ready to go.
Yeah.
And it being Sunday night, giving a little extra time, I think helps us here, and not being a 1 o'clock game. I think just the more time, the better.
Yeah, for sure.
8 hours is a lot, so we'll take it.
And let's be real, Lane, just like most of these players on this team, is a petty bitch, right? He's not going to miss a game when he can go up again, and not that he's going up against them, but that Penei Sewell is in that game, right? He wants to be in that game and absolutely own Aiden Hutchinson, so that way when people look at this game, they're like, damn, Lane Johnson's better than Penei Sewell, which he is, right? Absolutely. But the national media wants to continue to glaze the whatever team we're playing, the Lions.
Yeah, I think there's guys who do give Lane like nationally the respect he deserves. I mean, Troy always does.
Yes,
Aikman. I mean, Troy's a big Lane guy.
Yeah.
So, and there's other guys too, but you're right. I mean, the younger guy always gets the love. Always gets, he's the best right tackle in football. Okay, guys, this guy playing for 15 years that blocks out the sun on one ankle. So I don't know what else you want. I mean, but listen, at the end of the day, you got to start winning up front. Yeah. Enough with the excuses. You got to start winning up front.
No doubt. The offensive line's got to be better. They got to be much better.
And stop running like tosses to short side of the field. Like, it's such a stupid decision when a guy who wants to make guys miss. Like, I mean, that's where I'm like, are we okay? Like, now you're trying to get fucking cute. Like, stop getting cute, dude. If you're going to run a goddamn toss, run it to the bigger side of the field, please. Like, just have a little feel.
Yeah, give your guys some room, 100%.
Yeah, like, why are we trying to shorten the field for them? Like, what is that? What does that even make sense? Like, and it's more like when you're talking about a toss play like that, a guy can run sideline pretty well in this league. So when you're running a toss like that, you need more space. This is what I'm saying. Some things are so easy. Like, you sit here and you're like on your chair and your soapbox and you're like, come on, because it is. But that's feel, right? That's feel. Yeah. That's running the play. Maybe not realizing it's on the short side.
I made a joke in our chat before the show tonight about how like a random Madden user could probably, sometimes call better plays than Kevin Patullo. Regarding the toss play, whenever I was playing Madden and it had the natural go short side, I would literally just flip it at the line and just go the other way.
All the time.
It's all the time. Just give me more space. Give me more space. Tell me
a quarterback to do that too, because he's my check. Yeah.
Tell me in Madden like 14 when I got LaShawn McCoy, I'm not running him short side. Give me this long side. Come on.
Yeah, give me as much space as possible, please. That extra 5 yards of space, 10 yards of space is big. Defensive players of the game. Before we forget.
Carter.
No, you can't do that yet. Right? You need to go in order. We're 7-2. All right, you already took AJ. Now you're going to go last. Because I like Jaelan Carter too, and I took him last week. And I'm trying to stay consistent.
He's yours.
I'm just trying to stay consistent. So I'm going to need you to find somebody else because it's bigger than us. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to just take somebody rando right now because that's how I like to roll defensively. And then you try to find like the diamond in the rough nobody was going to say. But for the sake of us continuing to do what we do, knock on wood, give me Jaelan Carter again.
And he was awesome. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, stopping the run, he was freaking fantastic.
He was a monster.
That whole line was every snap, when it's a good run play off the snap. And every snap, we were pushing them a yard back.
Well, you heard what Jacob said on that last play, right? When we called it out, he goes, it froze me. I didn't know what to do because they knew what was coming. And then those two mooses in the middle, Jomo and Carter, blew up that front of the line and forced that, to your point, Tommy, to the short side, to the side where all the help was, and it was lights out.
Yeah. Phillips got him 3 or 4 yards in the backfield.
Yeah. I'm going to go. Tommy, you talked about Tyler Steen potentially being a better backup right now in his career. Well, we saw what the addition of Jaelan Phillips did to Jaelan Hunt, right? It kind of rejuvenated Jaelan Hunt, at least for last game, right? It rejuvenated that defensive line. Jaelan Hunt was awesome as well, right? We could go down the whole defensive line, right? But Jaelan Hunt was awesome, and I think it probably had to do with a little less pressure on him, right? He was in that limited role again, not necessarily limited, but in the not playing starter roles, starter snaps, in there on certain downs to go rush the quarterback, and that's what he did. I'm going Jaelan Hunt. Three tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack.
Sounds like
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it because you nail a lot of things.
Yeah.
And even BG getting 6, 7 snaps.
Yeah, especially late in the game.
It just takes the guy off the field a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just takes the guy off the field a little bit more, gives him a breather, and gives your defensive line a little bit more energy when they're out there. Jaelan Hunt might be a guy who can play 50, 60 snaps at some point of his career, but he was a project coming in.
Yeah.
And he's been great in that whatever snap count he's at.
Yeah, that support role, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The guy comes in and he was good in the run game too.
He was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. With capital A,
It was awesome, baby.
It was awesome, baby. We need
I
buckets
think-
for this one.
And Dick Vitale in the house, huh?
Dick Vitale, it's great. Yeah, so I think that if your front four, that rotation, can handle their business and do as best as they can to just contain Gibbs and Montgomery, right? Which I think they'll do a pretty solid job of that. I think Zach Bond is going to be the most important player in this game, though, right? So your front four, your front seven is going to be massive. Your front four guys are going to be pressing this line to try to shut down as many holes as possible. There's going to be a hole. Zach Bond's going to be there to fill the rest of that hole, right, and make those tackles that you're going to be able to do. And he's phenomenal running sideline to sideline. And for Gibbs, for a guy that can move like that, right? Not to say that Nakobe can't, but Bond's a little bit faster, I think, especially coming off the injuries he's had. So I think Zach Bond leads the team in tackles this week. Okay, leads the team in tackles, and then on a ball that gets either tipped at the line or it gets the arm gets hit. Yeah, he's gonna get a ball just gonna fall into his stomach. Right, he's gonna get a pick.
We haven't had a pick in a while.
Yeah, we're due for a pick.
We haven't had a pick in a while. Let's get some small hands. Small hands in the wind to go give me a pick.
Yeah, give me a pick.
I might change. I might go back to my boy. Tommy trashed him earlier. I think Ed Reed's in for a pick soon. He played well though. He forced that fumble. He broke up that. Well, he didn't really break up that play. The 4th down play hit Melton right in the chest, but he was there.
Man, I've seen DBs wave. I've seen DBs put the seatbelt on for a lot less than what he did, dude. Come on.
They locked him up and they were nowhere near him.
Yeah, oh, that ball went 15 yards over his head.
I locked him down.
I will say the thing that Kobe brings just as much of his run defense is his ability to blitz the quarterback.
Yes.
He blows stuff up in the middle.
Yeah.
And I think it really has helped us get pressure.
No, he was awesome. He was awesome. And again, in limited role, in limited time. You know what I mean? He didn't play full snaps.
We're all in. You thought I had more. You guys just assumed. You know what I mean? You were just assuming there was more to it. That was it.
We did.
And I had no more elaboration outside of just my eyes saying every time he blitzes, he freaking is smacking dudes. He's smacking dudes. And then guys get home all the time. So he's one of my favorite players because he's a winner.
Mm-hmm.
and he's smart. He's instinctual, and like I said, just a really good football player. And a guy we're lucky to have back.
Yes.
As much as I love Zach Bourne and John Campbell, they're smaller. They're smaller guys, and when you're running in the middle, it's easier to gash you a little bit more. It's a little harder to take on those blocks sometimes. And I think that's where Nakobe really helps his football team. The sideline a little different, but inside the tackles where it all starts, that dude just blows stuff up. And it's crazy because he probably shouldn't even be doing it like this yet.
No. He's probably definitely ahead of schedule.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. He said full year. Guys out here smacking running backs, put them on their ass. Like, oh, okay, he's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you all feel about a Makuba pick six?
Oh, talk dirty to me now.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna talk dirty.
Phil.
That's
Hey,
my
Jinxie
defensive
cat.
player of the game.
Hey, you milk a cat fucker.
I got nipples. Can you milk me?
Respectfully pass. Sorry, Greg. You're not.
Well, we talk about Jaelan Phillips again, right? Tommy, you brought up the name Jahad Campbell. Again, because we have now more rotation in that front seven, we can limit what Jahad has to do and play to his strength. He's played really well this year. And then there's times where he gets exposed because they're trying to do too much with him so young. Well, Nakobe returning, Nolan Smith returning, Jaelan Phillips being traded here. We're now allowed to let Jahad almost be a rookie and just go be the athlete that you are. Yeah. And outside of the pass interference, I thought he played really well on Sunday or Monday.
Think that's the only bad thing. The coverage wasn't that bad. He's just trying to chase down a guy.
Yes.
Right? Like that's not a thing that he's good at. But that's the only thing that I can think of all year that's gone against him.
It's happened twice, right?
Sure.
The Bucks game and this game were the two ones that that they took advantage of. I'm sure it's happened to other ones, but those were the two huge plays in a game where you're like, oh, okay, yep, there, rookie got exposed a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I also think that was the drive where they played coverage and they took the foot off the brake and allowed Green Bay just to walk down the field and score. Mm-hmm. So I also maybe if that's the same drive, maybe I don't even put that on the kid because they pulled the reins back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Good stuff.
All right.
We want to switch gears about how bad the Sixers are in third quarters.
It's ridiculous.
They have to be the worst third quarter team in history.
30th. It came out again today. Oh shit! What I wanted to show you, a whole bunch of lines didn't practice today. Just not even limited. No practice.
Lovely. Okay, who?
Well, Terry and Arnold, Aiden Hutchinson. Hold on.
Interesting.
Penny Sewell, to your point. Sam Laporta.
Okay.
Kirby Joseph. Now again, it's Wednesday, but they are all no practice. Terry and Arnold concussion. Hutchinson elbow. Kirby Joseph knee. Laporta back. Sewell ankle. And Sion Vakai ankle. Those were all no practice.
Yeah, I know.
And then you got a bunch of guys limited. Davenport, Decker, Frazier. So the three of their offensive line were limited as well.
Okay. I know that Sewell went out of that game last week. Did any of those other guys go out of the game last week? Do we know? Off the top of your head?
I don't remember. I didn't have that game local, so I wasn't watching it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had Lions in Survivor Pool, so I was paying attention to it, but I wasn't watching it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Something to watch. Something to
keep an eye on as the week goes on.
Yeah.
If it means anything.
Yeah. We'll see. They'll all be limited tomorrow. They'll all be full on Friday. Whatever. It's all good. Not that I don't like playing teams shorthanded because it generally helps you out a little bit. But when you beat a team when they have everybody healthy, they don't have any way to talk about it. So just to give more fuel to media or Amon-Ra St. Brown next week. Oh, we're missing 3 of our offensive linemen. No, fuck you, dude. Everybody was out there.
Yeah.
Okay. But regardless.
Yeah, we can't talk injuries either.
Let me see if I can find that Sixer stat. They're top 5 first, second, and fourth quarter in scoring.
Yeah.
Like top 3 maybe even. And
Yeah,
then 30th in the third quarter.
I think they were minus 8.5 going into last night. Then they lost the third quarter by at least 15 points. So it's probably like 9, if not worse than that. And I know it's been really bad this year, right? This is the worst it's been ever. But like the Sixers have never been a good third quarter team.
No, it's going back to years.
They've been awful in all third quarters, and I don't know what it is. Because like you'll come out hot, right? Or maybe you come out a little slow and you come back in the second quarter, and it's always around. You're either up a few, down a few, whatever, right? But then it comes down to like you just get absolutely blitzed coming out of the third quarter, and like. What are you talking about in the locker room? Are you talking about X's and O's, or is everybody scribbling on Twitter? Like, what are we doing? Like,
I would love to know because it's pathetically bad.
It's so bad.
Like, just if you're average in the third quarter, you win so many more games. If you're average,
right? And how many of your games have been 1-score games at the end of the game? At least 5 of them, right?
Oh, we got 3 against Boston.
You got 3 against Boston. You had one with the one you lost in Chicago, right? So that's 4. And then I think there's at least one more of like the 10 games you've played. I forget exactly what that was. But like if you're even league average in the third quarter, you're winning by 7 points, 8 points in those games, right? Or you have 2 more wins, right? So I don't even know. Sixers schedule.
Here it is. Points per game, points per game by quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Quarter 1, they're 5th at 32. Quarter 2, 32.8, they're 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Quarter 3, they're 23.1, which is 30th.
Jesus Christ.
And quarter 4, they're 31.5, which is 2nd. So you're top 5, 1, 2, and 4. But your bottom 5, your bottom 2, 3, whatever, however many leagues there are or teams there are.
Yeah. So you had a 1-point game against Boston, 4-point game against Charlotte, 12-point game against Orlando, overtime 5-point game against Washington, 1-point game against Boston, 2-point loss in Chicago, 3-point loss against Detroit.
Yeah.
So one possession games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 one possession games, an overtime game, and then a game you won by 4 points. So 7 of those games of your 10, 11 games so far, right? Like, if you're league average in the third quarter, not to say that, maybe the game ends up differently, but it's not a one possession game with 30 seconds to go every game, right?
Yeah, not crunch time.
Make it a little bit easier on yourselves. Right. Like make it a little bit easier on yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This one tweet says 1-10 record. Obviously, they're not 1-10, but they're 30th in net rating in the third quarter. They're 30th in offensive defensive rating, 30th in points per game. Oh, and points per game allowed. So not only are they bad, but they also give up a ton of points.
Yeah, you're not scoring, and you're also getting outscored by 15, 20 points in a quarter.
30th in plus minus, 30th in transition. Yeah, I mean, they're 30th or 28th or 30th in every statistical category that you can think of.
Yeah, I think I texted my cousin last night while watching the game. It was, 10 points isn't enough of a lead going into the third quarter. And he said, wouldn't have been safe if we were up 25. So, like that's how it feels. Like, there's no lead that's safe enough going into the third quarter because of how bad they are in the third quarter. No. And I think some of that might have, like, I don't know what it is. Again, I'm not an X's and O's guy. Less so for basketball than I am for football. So, like, I have no idea why certain shots go in and certain shots don't go in. Like, it's a good look. Guys brick them all the time. Like, it happens. And then Justin Edwards goes 4 for 4 from 3 in the fourth quarter.
Justin Edwards getting buckets yesterday.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was indeed. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's frustrating because it's a similar thing with the Eagles, where like, look, they're better than they've played, but also like you can see where their problems are.
Yeah.
Right. Like down the stretch, especially last night with no Embiid. Right. Maxey's just trying to run it by himself down the stretch there. Run it by himself.
Yeah, those last few possessions bothered me. Yeah.
I don't like him, not to say that he can't do it, but just dribbling around, fade away. Like,
right. There was just no plan, though, right? Like, yeah, I mean, Maxey's your best guy, but there was no plan. There was no movement. I know we talked about this. Tommy, I know you love talking about it. Like, there was just no movement for 3 straight possessions.
Yep. And then
from anybody.
Yeah. And on the last play where you got that the Justin Edwards finally misses and then Kelly's there, that there's a drive and kick there. Like, okay, cool. It's a drive and kick. Great. Somebody's open. And you get a great look. He missed it, but then because Jaylen Brown didn't box out, thanks, buddy. Kelly Oubre, easy right there. Love to see it. Right? But like, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yes.
Like we talked about this last week. I'm comfortable with anybody on the floor there taking that shot. So if Maxey's driving and kicking to somebody's going to be open because he's getting doubled.
Yeah.
He's getting doubled. Right? Or like 2 guys are like they're running a pick and roll and then big guys on them and they're trying to switch back. If you give a different pass, somebody's going to be open somewhere. Or if they're going to take you can beat anybody in the league off the dribble. Right? Take it to the rack. Get fouled. Whatever you're going to do. Not to say that he can't hit the little fadeaway jumpers, but why would you not want to try to go up? But again, it's in-game stuff. It's hard to nitpick that, especially when he's putting everything on himself because, VJ's taking a bit of a step back. I think he's averaging like 10 points a game in his last like 7 games or something. So he's not.
He's a disappointment according to the dial, right? You want to keep dialing in on them, right? He's a disappointment.
Disappointment. Yeah. Look up Cooper Flag stats and let me know what a disappointment looks like. Okay. But yeah, like it's I'm not expecting them to be the best team in the Eastern Conference, but clean some stuff up, please, especially coming out of the third quarter. Holy shit.
But you combine those 2 factors, though, Rye, and this team has 2-3 more wins.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And this team, doesn't lose that cup game last week to Boston.
Yep.
Sweeps Boston for 3 games.
You already win the season series.
You already win the season series with 1 left in March. That doesn't even matter, right? But like the combination, like you said, the combination of third quarter and then especially without Joel and even this year with Joel because it's been so off and on, what does end of game look like? You know what I mean? And because you're so bad in the third quarter, end of game has to be such an emphasis because we're so bad.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then after that game last night, you get the Shams tweet directly after the game about, Paul George is close to returning. Thanks, man. He's been close to returning for a month. Like, who cares?
Knock it off, Shams.
Like, what are we doing?
Close to return for 5 years.
Bring Woj back. Bring Woj back.
Yeah. I still have Woj tweets on notifications just for when he decides to come back.
For the St. Bonaventure breaking news.
Yes, the Bonnie's news, man. Love it. Love my 810 Bonnies.
For the Bonnie's news.
Hey, man, those are more fun than hearing about, whatever agents texting Shams random shit. So
it's true.
Yeah, well, I think you see, having no Embiid, I think you see some struggles with some stuff, right?
Sure.
Just like or scoring, just opening some stuff up for other guys naturally. But I would just think getting George back would be such a plus right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
would.
It would. It absolutely would. It would help your rotation. It would help you take minutes away from other guys and make guys fresher down the stretch.
Yep.
And I think
what's up with Jared McCain too? Like, what's up with Jared McCain? Like, he just can't shoot. Like, what's going on?
Well, it's a Sixers thing, man. Of course, the guy gets hurt, he comes back, he can't play anymore. That's how it works.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're doing here. We're running 10 minutes a game. Like we're wearing a brace. You know what I mean? Like what the hell is going on around here?
Yeah, like Luke said it in our chat. Like he should have just went to go play a couple games of the G League, get his feet back under him.
Yeah.
Right, which I think would be great. Like obviously we could use him up here right now to help out, but if he's playing 10 minutes and he's not doing anything, then what's the point? Let him go play 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Get your feet back under you a little bit. Get in some
get hit on the wrist, right? Get hit on your hand.
Yeah.
Go feel that. You know what I mean? Because obviously he's going to be a little gun shy. It's just natural. You know what I mean? It's just natural.
Yeah, I mean, what did he play last year? 15 games? 20, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, I think he was right around that 20.
Like, we're like, this guy's going to be so good. Like, he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
He's not anymore, but he's still a rookie. He hasn't played a full season. So you can't expect this guy to come in and be the guy that was putting up 25 points in his limited action, right? Especially coming off an injury. 2 injuries. Because he had an injury last year to his knee.
Yeah.
And he's got an injury now to his thumb. So, like,
that's why he's going to play 10 minutes. So,
right.
I mean, I guess if you're going to play him 10 minutes anywhere, I guess you play the 10 minutes here, right? I guess. Because you need minutes for guys to take away from some guys. But I mean, the fact of the matter is,
but what's 2-3 games down there? Right? What's a week down there?
Yeah, but if you don't score, if you don't shoot, you don't score.
Right. So like, why wouldn't you send him down for a week? Like
8-old average.
What's the Sixers' upcoming schedule? Not that it really matters.
They got a good one coming up. They got like a tough one, I feel like.
Yeah.
I know they go to Pistons on Friday. I know that.
Yeah, you got the Pistons, you got the Clippers, Raptors, Bucks. Another doubleheader next week, by the way, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You play tomorrow, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So, I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but you're playing the Pistons, you're playing the Clippers, who are in turmoil, Raptors, Bucks. So you get the
stretch, right?
You get the Bucks on the second half of back-to-back on the road, so that's a scheduled loss.
Yeah, we would be the whale play, I think, in that if we're talking whales. Hello.
Yeah.
Sixers plus 300 that night. Here you go.
So what do they play? The 20th?
They play tomorrow. They play
and of course
Monday,
Milwaukee won't have a back-to-back. They play Monday. They'll be sitting at home waiting for an Embiid-less Sixer team to come in.
Yeah, on the second night of a back-to-back, home away. So you're getting the Sixers taking a red eye out to Milwaukee.
Unless they flip-flop you and they sit Joel against Toronto and play him against Giannis in Milwaukee.
Well, I thought he's even back.
Well, that's true. I forgot.
No. Now it's his other knee, right? It's not the knee that just
I've blacked out that he's out again.
Well, that's how it works. I do think it's the other knee, not the one he got scoped over the off season. I think it's the other one that's given him, not that either knee has been better for him, but the one that's given him more problems.
There's going to be soreness when you're making up for the other knee.
Yeah.
Just natural.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened to my shoulder after I had elbow surgery. So
yeah, I think they're just preventing
it.
They're just giving them the game off like they did, just prevent it, and you can almost save them until Friday, unless they ruled them out, which I didn't think they did or anything yet. Did they?
No, I don't know. Did they practice today? Or they have off today? They probably had off today.
I would assume they had off.
So I mean, we'll see. If I had to guess, I'd say he's not going to play tomorrow. If I had to guess, then give him because then they play.
They don't play till Friday.
Sunday. They play Sunday. They play tomorrow. All right. So it's Thursday now, so it's dead tomorrow on Google. So Friday. That's all.
I got you. Yeah, it's the November 14th. Joel Embiid's listening game the game, and same with George. So we'll see.
I think you might not see him. I think you might not see Joel until Wednesday next week.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen him all week. I don't think you come out with a report like that if he's just game to game. You know what I mean? If he's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like the Sixers wouldn't even necessarily announce that if it was just, hey, we're just going to shut him down. Or they would tell you, hey, we're shutting him down for a week.
Yeah.
You know, like, to me, at least to me, the way I read that, like, report or that announcement is he might be out a week.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you're not in a great spot right now, but you're above 500. You're playing decent enough ball. You're in every game you're playing. Not to say that you don't want to see him out there, but like we were talking before, you ease him back in, and then we can worry about. I don't give a shit about a November game. I don't really care. Not that any games matter more than others, but I'd rather have him in April. So don't rush him out there now. And if he's a little sore in his knee, don't put him out there. This game doesn't matter that much, right? So
this would be, though, to all, to the constant wondering, this would be huge week to actually get Paul George back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he necessarily helps, with the third quarter issues, but he definitely helps the end of game.
Well, I think he does.
But these issues with third quarter, Tommy, have been years.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been to this.
No, it hasn't been this bad, but it's.
But to your point, Greg, I get you, right? You're not wrong there. I'm saying more like just you got to get stops. Like, stops create good possessions. Stops create the ability to get on the run. And I think when you can get another perimeter defender like that, I think it absolutely can help out third quarters to a point.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I get you there.
And just another guy who can handle the basketball. Like, you can even see times that Tyrese can't get by guys. Right. And maybe it's because you're playing 40 minutes a night, averaging. Right. So
might have something to do with it.
Yeah, seeing that, I think I just think it absolutely helps because you're just getting another guy who can give you 20. Like another guy in the bag who can give you 20 night to night. And I think that's what's so good about this team and what could make it so good. Sorry, Greg. You just have like Tyrese carrying the load of being a guy who averages like 28, 30 in that range. And then you get guys like Kelly 18, Joel, essentially 20, and you get Grimes 17, and then VJ like 15. So you had another guy in there with like 18 to 20. Mm-hmm. It just lessens it all. It lessens the burden, and maybe it can get you. They said maybe get you better plays in the third quarter. Maybe a veteran out there helps navigate that a little bit better. I don't know. I'm reaching.
No, you're not. You're not entirely wrong, though.
No,
I'd rather still play better in the fourth than play better in the third. I'll die on that hill. I'll die on the team that just has great fourth quarters all around. But I need to just be better a little bit, right?
I don't need you to be the best team in the third quarter in the league. Give me league average.
Yeah,
give me league average. Your league average. You have 3 more wins, right? Now, looking strictly at last night's game. Quentin Grimes didn't close the game out because Justin Edwards was on fire.
Yeah.
Right. So that takes a ball handler off the floor right there. Because, it was him, Edwards,
Drummond,
who can't dribble for shit. Kelly, who again is fine. And then VJ. So but VJ, like I said, has been a little absent offensively. But it's, again, rookie growing pains, totally fine.
Yeah.
But so you don't have another ball handler there because you don't want Justin Edwards dribbling the ball either. So that probably went into why Maxey would look like a chicken without his head off, just dribbling around last night.
But that's where you're absolutely right. But that's where you got to have movement on the offensive end.
Right. Which
we talked about last week, which we talk about all the time. Right.
Yeah.
It's what the NBA is at the end of games. It's standing around and watch one guy. But when to your point, right, when you don't have Grimes, you don't have another, and Edwards was hot last night, but when you don't have another consistent, lethal type of shooter in Grimes, right, and you're just riding the hot hand, which cool, but then you got to adjust. You got to move more, and Tommy, you talked about, PG getting 20, that's a legit 20, right? That's not hoping Justin Edwards is hot for a night to get us 20. Right? That's he's walking into 20. That's what he is. He's
18, right?
18, right? Yeah, but
it's
to a point where it's there, right?
You're getting buckets. It's not like oh, who's giving us this tonight?
Oh, where's buckets?
Yeah.
Like I need Maxey, Grimes, Oubre, PG, to be those consistent guys. And then VJ can be a guy in double figures, does a little bit of everything, and comes up with a monster block, last night on Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
That really, could have changed the game if he doesn't get a handle on that. He's slamming that down, and who knows what happens? We might lose that game. You never know. So big block.
Not for sure. He's going to give you your spots, right? He's going to look really good some nights, like he did coming out the gates. He's going to look bad some nights because again, he's a rookie, right?
Yeah. But he had a big 3 last night.
Absolutely.
He had a big 3 on a rotation, right? Again,
a little Kawhi.
Yeah, a little bounce, a little hot.
Bounce. A little bounce for the good guys. A little luck of the charm. A little lucky charm.
If you're looking at points when everybody's healthy, right? You get 25 from Maxey, you get 25 from Embiid, you get 20 from Paul George, you get 15 from Grimes, you get 12 to 15 from VJ, right? You get, 6 from Drummond. You get Trendon Watford's been playing well. Maybe he gives you 8 to 10, right? Maybe you get 8 to 10 from, Justin Edwards, right? If you can get that, now obviously you don't need all of those bench points all the time, but if you're guaranteed to get 60, 65 points from your starters, 70 points from your big 3 anyway, and Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George, you're getting 60, 65 from those guys, then all right, cool. You're getting 15 from Grimes. You're getting 10 to 15 from VJ, right? You're at 90 points there. How many points do you need to win a game? 115? 120? You can get another 20 bench points, right?
Yeah. I think Maxey playing with George and Embiid can easily average over 30 a game,
right?
Because of more space, for sure. I don't think his numbers are going anywhere. I think he's going to average at 28 to 32 this year. I think he's going to be in that range throughout it. I don't see that going anywhere. I can see minutes coming down. Like we said, 3 to 4 minutes a game would be nice. They started to come down a little bit.
Yeah. With the addition of McCain.
Yeah. And same with VJ. His minutes came down a little bit. So we're adjusting to that. And I think with VJ, less minutes the better right now. If he's running 20, 25 minutes, you're getting the best version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Especially for a kid who's played more minutes and he's played his entire life in the last 11 games. So that's where you see the sort of probably tiredness naturally.
Oh,
yeah. But either way,
run ragged.
Yeah, we're in a good spot getting George back. And then, like you said, I just need that 20 minutes from Embiid tonight. I would leave him right there. 20 a night. Drummond's played well, man.
Yeah, I mean he has. He was huge in that fourth quarter. Well, that last possession.
Gigantic. And he was even really good in the Detroit game.
Yeah,
I was at live, watching him live. He was just good. He's had a good game. He's just he comes down with boards. He's just so long.
He's a machine. He's a machine.
He's so long. You don't realize it on TV either. Just how long he is. Hey, girl, hey. But yeah, either way, they can be a really good team. So we'll see how the rest of it goes here, or at least the next week. I would say if you add the Miami game in, I would hope they could have a 3-2 5-game stretch here. I mean, I would love to get to a 4-1. I just don't, again, I don't know how good they are, right? To be 4-1. You get the back-to-back in there.
Well, yeah, that Milwaukee game is a guaranteed loss.
You got 6. You got 6 games before we come on next week. Home versus Miami, home versus Orlando on Tuesday.
3.
What schedule are you looking at?
Maybe 3 games.
What are you talking about?
Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 2 weeks out. I'm sorry. I'm 2 weeks. My bad.
Yeah, good to have
you threw the Miami in there, and I'm like, oh, that's just continuing the week.
Yeah. I was 5 piece. That's an aggressive week.
Jesus Christ. How many back-to-backs we playing? Fuck.
Yeah. The season's over. I mean, we played all our games.
Jesus. We're 2 weeks from Thanksgiving. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It's crazy time. Crazy,
Took off the Friday of Thanksgiving this year. W. Nice little Birds game that day too.
Yeah, it's just not even go in day. That's
work from home. That's I use for vacation hours day.
Yeah, but the best way to use them, I actually got a picture. I'll send you the picture, guys. It tells you the best times to use vacation days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys probably all saw it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great little and I did it. Like just thinking about it on my own around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's when I did it to be home, obviously.
Yeah, it's how to to maximize all your days off.
Kids, go see family. Go see the family and everything.
I'm flying to Florida for Christmas this year. I'm flying out on Christmas Eve. So I took off the 26th and I took off the 29th.
That's delayed.
Yeah.
So you got pre-check? Hope you got pre-check.
No, and you took off the what the other day did you take off?
26th and the 29th. So Christmas Eve is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I'll work that Monday, Tuesday, right? And then I'll have off the Friday because Wednesday, Thursday is obviously already off days. I took off the Friday. I don't work Saturdays. I took off the Monday. Yeah. So it's essentially a week off, more or less. And then I fly back on Monday, but I'm not going to go to work on Monday. So.
No, you can't do that game.
No, absolutely not.
No, God, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, great show. Unless you guys got anything else at 12:39.
Dombrowski pretty much said that Nick Castellanos won't be back.
Casty's gone.
Bader's
a little cryptic.
Bader's a little.
Bader was a little cryptic. Crawford will be center field most likely.
Crawford will be playing center. Their number one.
Or he's going to be in the outfield.
Yeah. The number one priority is Schwarber.
Yeah.
That's what they.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're looking for a right-hand hitting outfielder, which there's only I think there was like 20 some guys to fit the good right-hand hitting outfielders. So
Dombrowski was 20 with
they
that.
Don't exist. They don't exist.
Everybody's looking for a right-handed outfielder. That's why I have a job.
we have one, right? He just doesn't perform the way we need him to. And then the other one's a free agent too. So whatever.
Yeah, other names to keep an eye on are Bichette and Bregman, of course.
I don't know how I feel about Bregman.
I want Bregman.
I'll take a Bichette tomorrow.
I'll take Bichette too.
I'd rather have Bichette than Bregman, I think.
Well, Bichette's definitely younger, but that you just don't know what the transition to third. You're essentially most likely signing him to play third. Yeah. That's what you would do. You're not going to put him at second. I mean, you could put him at second, but you would put him at third. He is younger than Bregman, but obviously Bregman's got that experience.
Right. Again, I wouldn't hate Bregman. I just don't looking at his stats the last couple of years. They're basically Alec Bohm.
Yeah.
You're taking a more expensive, older Alec Bohm. Again, he's won World Series, so again, you're getting that veteran presence type thing there. Mm-hmm. But how much do you want to pay? I think he's like 31 or 32.
Yeah.
So what are you going to give him on a team where you already have a couple aging stars, and you're in theory you're going to re-sign Schwarber and you're going to re-sign JT. So you're going to sign another 30-plus-year-old guy.
And I'm with you 100% because I'm sitting here no, I don't want Schwarber because he's going to be a 4 or 5 year extent. It's going to be a 4 or 5 year deal, and I'm like, I don't want to go that far. But then yet I'm like, yes, on Bregman, knowing it's going to be a 4 or 5 year deal.
Right, so it's the same thing. So depending on.
But I'm with you 100% on Real Muto. I think to me, Real Muto has got to be the guy.
He has to come back. He has to come back, and I don't want to give Schwarber a 5-year deal.
Yeah, but it's got to come back.
I would love to give him 3, right? But
gotta come.
He has to come back. You can't lose 50 home runs out of your lineup.
No, you can't lose the leader of your locker room.
You can't do it. You
can't.
I hear you,
Greg. I completely agree with you. It's not my money. I don't care when it comes.
No,
to baseball.
that part I hear you.
I don't care. So he has to come back now. I double down, but that's why I double down. That's where I go Bo Bichette. Then I go younger. Mm-hmm. I go younger and I transition him to third base. Dude, if you can play middle, you got the feet, you got the reaction to play third.
I'm with you there.
I ain't worried about that. And the bat's good enough. You got a right-handed bat, so
and he can move.
And he hits for contact. I love Bichette. My issue though, Tommy, and it has nothing to do with Schwarber. You tell me how we sign Schwarber, we're in. But like I can't keep running it back.
But it's not though. If you're going Crawford, it's not.
Yeah, but that's only
Bichette.
one guy.
No, listen. It's not if you're going Crawford, Bichette, and you're going to say it's Bader's back. Like it's not running it back if you're changing. If you're really changing it, last year's a run back, man.
Yep.
It's the
you
same
run back
deep,
the same exact
core lineup, everything. Once you throw some different, some curveballs in there, now it's a different look. It's a different vibe. It's who knows what a different player does in a situation. Like who knows what kind of you bring. Now you get contact guys. If you get Crawford's up here in Bichette, now you get 2 contact guys in your lineup.
No, you're right.
Which is important to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to change. So. And then, again, I'm not paying Bader a ton of money, but I'll overpay him to keep him.
I'd bring him back. And depending on whatever you do there, like if you get a Bichette, you're going to put him at third base. You have the option. You have the option of either move Bohm to play first and move Harper to the outfield, or you can trade Bohm to like the Angels and go get Joe Adell or something like that, right? You can go and try to go get a guy like that who can again change stuff up.
Yeah,
right?
Taylor Ward, Joe Adell.
Taylor Ward, Joe Adell, one of those guys.
Yeah, I'd be trying to trade out Bone for a right-handed outfielder.
Right. So which is
might not be as good as him. Might not be as good as him, right? But it's a change, and then I go sign Bichette, and I think I have a pretty. I think if I did that, with bringing up Crawford, I feel good about my off season because obviously you bring Alvarado back. I already feel good about my off season because now like my 8th, 9th is handled. It's Gas City, right? So
you're starting rotations back for the most part, right?
Yeah.
If you could somehow figure out how to keep Ranger Suarez, you're cooking with gas. I heard, Painter will be up next year.
I heard a theory on the whole Ranger thing, right? So Luzardo is obviously up for a deal after this year, right? Mm-hmm. After this year, you have to make a decision.
Yep.
And this is going a couple weeks back, and they basically said, go offer Jesus Luzardo like 80 cents on the dollar, right? So pay him like 80% of what you really would pay him.
Yeah.
Right. And if he says no problem. Ship him off and keep Ranger.
Look, I mean, I wouldn't hate that. I love Ranger, but again, Luzardo was great this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather a guy who pitches than a guy who doesn't.
That too. Yeah. But it'll be interesting. I mean, I think now that even though free agency has been started, I know the awards just ended. Love that Sanchi got second, unanimous second. That was awesome. Spells, I love you to death, but come on, man. Paul Skeens was the Cy Young, dude. Like, come on.
Like we talked about again.
And this is from a guy who had a Sanchi, Cy Young ticket, right? So I put my money where I thought it was, but not that matters any, but
yeah.
He won, but I love that Sanchi got 30 votes for second place.
Second.
He was second guy.
He was the consensus second best pitcher in the National League. So great. And again, like we talked about this back in like August. Like,
we had three.
If he has this good stretch, he's got a chance to win, and he didn't. So Paul Skeens won.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. No problem.
Yeah, you're right. You go dominate that stretch that we talked about.
Yeah.
And they almost can't give it to you. They almost can't not give it to you, but you didn't. So Paul Skeens being nasty, let out.
And your 1.97 ERA.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I can't believe that dude was a catcher at Air Force.
Yeah, right.
It's insane.
But him and Scoob will talk about all the time, though. Like, they were late bloomers.
Yep.
Scoob wasn't good till he'll tell you all that. It wasn't good till I was 26.
Yeah, 26, yeah.
Wait, we're telling 12. Yeah, we're telling 12-year-olds you can't play anymore. Like, really?
Yeah. Come on, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But guess where I was going is I think we're going to start to see things heat up now that the awards are done.
What's winter? Is winter meetings now? It's GM meetings
next month.
Winter
GM meetings are now next month, like the 6th through the 8th. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm interested. Obviously,
I would like for baseball to do a lot more winter meeting stuff. There's over the last few years, it's been a lot more drag it out, get closer to spring training. Now, plus with the lockout looming after this year, are guys going to hold out for more, or are they going to get money and they're going to sign right away just to take whatever they can get?
I think they're going to take it this year. I would assume that like all the guys out there are going to want to make sure that either it's a 1-year deal or it's front loaded, or they're going to make sure that their contract is on the books this year. So that way, whatever happens, I don't think you can void it out at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But but who am I, right?
Whatever. We can worry about baseball in March. But, there we go.
Yep.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Go Sixers. Go Fly Guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. A2D Wednesday nights. We love you. We out. Appreciate you.